me now?
Yes, I can. But it looks like you're on another planet.
Well, they
That's
don't
how I
call
feel half the time.
they don't call me the Cosmic Cowboy for nothing, Doctor T. I fly around the universe looking for truth, man. And so, in that vein, in that way, we decided that we're going to talk to a human engineer tonight and see if we can pick up some basic truths that can help us improve our lives.
Fantastic. Happy. That's all I have for you.
All right, Doctor T. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's get to it. Let's talk a little bit about yourself. Kind of introduce yourself to the audience here. It's a wide and varied audience type of thing. So just let it. Who are you? What are you about?
Well, I'm Dr. T. I am a human engineer. That's not self-proclaimed. A client gave me that name 22 odd years ago, and it's just stuck. I loved it. He got up off the table and was like, you're not a chiropractor. You're a human engineer, and I loved it because I was looking for just a title, the name of my clinic, all that stuff back then, and it just kind of fit because even back then, in the beginning, that's my goal has been to figure out what the heck is going on with us, right? Why is everybody sick? And so that's what drives me every morning. I get up
Mhm.
and you know you go to bed, you don't remember the people you healed, you don't remember the people that got better, you remember the people you couldn't fix. And so when you wake up, you're like, okay, so let's give that one another shot. Let's see if something new came in while we were resting.
Mhm.
So I think the who I am, I'm a human engineer. I'm a licensed chiropractor. I have a clinical certified hypnotherapist and massage therapist, but none of that stuff really defines me. I like the idea of a human engineer because I'm just going to continue looking until we can help just about everyone, if we can.
Okay, so human engineer, that's a sort of a different take on things. That tells me that sort of like in a building sense that you deconstruct things, reconstruct things, you engineer things, or perhaps maybe tailor things to a particular situation. Is that why that name sort of is like that?
Yeah. We there's different concerns that go wrong in the body. We look at spiritual causes of disease, physical causes, and emotional causes, and all of it has it's an equal slice of the pie. The pie is divided into thirds, and so you have to have tools to address all those different pieces of pie in
Mhm.
order to crack the code. And the code is, everybody's different. Everybody comes, we all have different stuff that creates this, this discomfort, this dis-ease in the body.
Mhm.
And so I think you have to have tools in all those areas in order to really, certainly need those in order to call yourself a human engineer.
Well, I notice as I get older, I'm really a really young guy, I'm about like 20, and but as I get older, as I got over 21, I noticed I start having aches and pains. So how do I differentiate between the normal process of time and an affliction of some sort?
Well, aches and pains are really not what the human condition is supposed to be. So something's gone wrong, right? Why do you have that? I mean, 21, you're young and young and vibrant. You shouldn't have any of that stuff.
No.
And so we, several things happen as we reach 22, and that is, we collect stuff as we go through life. We collect all kinds of energetic stuff. We collect all kinds of physical stuff, poisons, toxins, absolutely. Just breathing the air. I mean, most people don't even know that brake pads are made of asbestos, and you live in a city like, Dallas or Los Angeles or any of these cities, and we're breathing asbestos. I
Mhm.
mean,
Mhm.
it's crazy how many poisons that we are exposed to on a daily basis in this, particular time in our lives. But the other thing is these are pathogens, and I talk a lot about this. This is probably the biggest part of this of our training program is addressing pathogens in the body, and these are things that we all have them. We all have a microflora in our body. We know that science knows that. So what happens is this gets out of balance. And if it gets out of balance, it starts making us, creaky and crunchy, and they'll settle in joints, and poisons will settle in joints. Their waste products will settle in joints.
Mhm.
Antibiotic use when we're kids, from the time we're little kids, it stays with us. So it doesn't just leave our body, and it's made from mold. So many times I'll find that grows into the joints and different parts of the body as
Mhm.
we turn 23, and sticks with us and slows us down,
Right.
causes those aches and pains.
So you're not a subscriber to antibiotics?
No, well, if they're really necessary, there's a time and a place for all of it.
Hmm.
I'm not a fan of them. No,
Hmm.
absolutely not. I would prefer to use herbs or some other method of avoiding antibiotics altogether. I mean, I've had 3 dental surgeries where they punctured my sinus on a rotten root canal. I
Whoa.
didn't take any antibiotics for any of it. I mean, now the dentist wanted me to, but I didn't because I preloaded with certain herbs and I prepared my body to make sure I wasn't going to have a problem. But we're talking punctured sinus drilling up through my, up through my maxilla into my sinus and packed it with bone and no antibiotics. I'm still here. I felt fine. I recovered very quickly. So the problem with antibiotics is what they've created, and that's part of what I teach you in my class, and that is the cell wall deficient forms. And there's super bugs now. You hear of it's MRS or the MRSA. There's
Hmm.
they've created a big problem, and they've created a huge problem in our environment. It's in our water, it's in our food. So I'm yeah, no, I'm not a big fan of them. I think they're necessary in some cases, certainly,
Hmm.
but I'm not a fan.
Do you think that this planet has, in the herb situation, herbs or plants or tree bark or whatever, the medical answer to every illness that there is?
Absolutely. Has to be. I mean, it's nature, so there has to be an answer within. I mean, there's so much to healing. I mean, I guess that's probably not the right answer because there's so many other aspects of healing. There's the emotional aspect, there's the spiritual aspect. So those are things that herbs and tree bark generally don't address. There are plant medicines out there that do address a lot of these things.
Hmm.
But then we get back to physical. You have to have it all. You have to kind of have it all, and really that awareness of all of these different things is is really the key. I mean, there's no one thing is just
Hmm.
I don't think that will take care of all of disease in the world.
It seems that we are, you mentioned several things, that we are being bombarded with poisons in various forms through food additives and various things. Do you subscribe to the idea that there is a such thing as called a chemtrail?
Well, there's certainly poisons in the air. I try to avoid those kinds of conversations, but
Hmm.
certainly there are things that are suspect in the air, and we see it. You can see it; it's measurable. So it's the kind of topic that I kind of avoid talking
Hmm.
about too
I
much
understand.
because it doesn't serve anyone really that's
Okay.
listening for my message.
Yeah, sure. Sure, fair enough. Besides that, there's enough poisons around going around. We don't have to really focus on that
Chemtrail,
there.
hell, the whole
But
damn,
let me
all of
get
it,
well
all of it's a chemtrail.
well let me get more down to earth. Would you drink fluoridated water
Absolutely not.
as you drink water? So
Let me get some props.
oh, there you go. Wow, look at that.
Excuse me.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Not the
throw
risky
down on you
drink.
while you were drinking there. I just thought the timing was perceptible. All right, all right. So we do
No,
have
I wouldn't drink fluoridated water. Absolutely not. And there's obvious reasons for that. So
okay. Okay, we do. By the way, let me welcome additionally in the live chat Doreen 8951, Gladys Kravitz, Azur, Jim Shock, Vincent Platzthal, and Raul have all joined us on the program. Put y'all away first says, Doctor, how do I cure my sciatic nerve problem? I'm a truck driver since 1998.
well, the best way is to get on my program called Crazy Unknown Shift, and it's affordable. It's 4 1-hour treatments. It's with other people, but we fix sciatic all the time. Um, Generally, a truck driver like him, he needs to get out of his truck more often, not stay sitting 4 or 5 hours at a time. He needs to break every hour. I mean, we need to move every hour. The human body is set up to move at least every hour. There's
Mm-hmm.
reflexes in the body that start locking down after an hour. So I don't watch movies. I mean, I'll watch movies at home, but I get up and move. I take my own breaks. But so for a truck driver, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm telling a truck driver to stop a great big semi and get out and
Mm-hmm.
walk for a minute. Well, I am, because that's how the body works. But yes, we have this program. It's called Crazy Unknown Shift. It's 4 1-hour treatments over the course of a month. It's the only way to see me. I can't see anybody one on one anymore. I got too many people I'm already taking care of. So I created these programs to help people like him.
Mm-hmm.
And hell, he can get on anywhere in the planet. It doesn't matter where he's driving his truck at. This is all remote. This is what I do. Fixed sciatic all the time. That's what got me into this business. I had sciatic so bad I couldn't feel my feet,
Wow.
both legs. It was a knife in my back 24/7 for about 6 years. Clear up to I was ready. I was just done. I was in so much pain, and so we have answers for that. There's and people are like, well, how the heck do you do this remotely? Well, this is applied quantum mechanics. This is what you come and learn if you're somebody looking for to get into the healing realm. That's what I teach in my training program. TNT. It's 3 days, and we teach you the physical things and how by looking at the body and understanding how does sciatic come about? Well, there can be a number of different things, but say it's in the physical realm. Most modalities are looking at a compressive type forces. I teach you how to look at suspensory type forces and use the active observation to look at it and intend using. I'm using angels. I'm sure we're going to get there shortly to make these changes in the body, and it's really fast. I mean I can't even tell you how many sciatic cases we've corrected without me ever touching anyone.
Hmm.
A
Okay.
thousand probably just sciatic alone. I mean, it's really it's sad because it's all over. It's everywhere. So many people have it, and it's not that hard to fix if you understand what is behind it. What's the true cause of it? So
Mhm.
many times it's pathogenic and toxin in nature,
Mhm.
and it's just not out there. You can't. I mean, not many people have this knowledge.
All right. And this is from King's Daughter. It says, Dr. T, can you heal a chronic shoulder subluxation with a
Subluxation. Yeah.
with a tendon also torn in half?
Well, if a tendon's torn in half, probably not. But you can certainly get a lot of the pain out of it, so it's very possible it could heal again. We've had complete labral tears. Labral tears. Sorry, go straight to the orthopedic surgeon, get us an operation. We did this on an 80-year-old woman, and I mean, it took a month, but she still has it. She has her shoulder. She didn't undergo the knife, and so you just never know. And usually shoulders are burden. So she probably has a lot of burden in her life, probably a lot of stress that probably hasn't been addressed. That's why it won't heal.
Mhm.
So again, you have this. I just use a triangle. It seems it's the easiest thing for me to teach. It's the easiest thing for me to do. Everything I do is what I teach. I don't do anything different than what I teach. And so to answer her question, yeah, I know one thing for sure, we would make it a lot better. Now a torn tendon is harder to heal. It takes more time, but it can heal. They tend to tell us no, it has automatic surgery. That's all there is. No, that's just not true. We have stem cells in the body. We have omnipotent, pluripotent stem cells, and
Mhm.
those can be activated to help heal a torn tendon.
Mhm.
No question. How do we fix bones? How do we break a leg? How do we? That's how we fix these things, and that's very. Any tissue in the body can be healed.
Mhm. In our bio on our website here, it just basically the descriptive of yourself there, but this blurb and it says, as modern humans, we've been conditioned to follow a path to achieve success in simplified terms. The culturally accepted paths to health and well-being are organized into three categories. We are conditioned to be on a path. Say, okay, you have this problem, you do this, and this. But if those paths were correct, why is it every category of the human condition is not improving with those paths?
Well, we have so much subconscious programming. There's so many things that you can't see that are at play. There's consciousness that is at play. We are creating our reality. I mean, all this stuff is real. And so a lot of these things that happen to us need to happen in order for us to learn and to love and to grow. So I think it's just part of the human existence and part of consciousness, this thing that we're all part of. You get this, you're the cosmic cowboy, we're all connected.
Right?
And we know this because we think of somebody we cared about many years ago and they call us, or somebody sees them and they call and they're like, hey, I saw Steve the other day. Oh, wow, I was just thinking about him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just a simple example of it. But that is why it's so multifaceted, and there's so many aspects to figuring out why things have gone wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And it's easy for us to blame and be like, oh gosh, this happened to me, and all these things. But we're driving the show, and that's what that's another thing I'm making you very aware of in this training program, is that we're running this thing. We're running it through our intention, through our thought, through our actions.
Mhm.
Where are your minds at every day? How do you talk to yourself? How do you talk to others? Do you have a minute for compassion for yourself? We're so hard on ourselves, right? We're kind of taught that's how it's supposed to be. And so I think I kind of talked my way around your answer very cleverly, or your question very cleverly. But I hope I answered it for the most
Mhm.
part. There's just so many variables going on. Our existence. We have this amazing thing called imagination, right? And we also have this amazing thing called curiosity. And so you combine those two, the sky's the limit. I mean, we can do so many things in healing and in life, and really looking closer at our stuff and why we're sick, why we're not, why we're not thriving, why are we stuck? And
Mhm.
so, these are a few tools, a few more things that
So
we,
you're saying
toss into our
you're saying
salad
that there
called
there are
TNT.
ways to get unstuck.
Yes,
So
there
let's
are.
get to some more questions here for you. Have you ever used argon for healing?
No.
Okay. King's daughter again. How do you get mold out of the body?
Well, there's a lot of herbs, homeopathic formulas are out there that can really help with that. What we do is we use angels, we match vibrations. That's how we make instantaneous change and knock the burden down so that people feel better. And then we follow it up with different types of herbs. There's so many out there. There's a number I love. Takasumi is a fantastic herb. Shazandra is a great herb for the liver. It's got to go through the liver, got to go through the colon. Any of these homeopathic formulas out there are fantastic. I don't have I'm not selling anything. I'm not selling formulas. I just know that all that stuff is out there and you can
Hmm.
find it. It's
Hmm.
all, that's the beauty of the internet. You can find what really pulls mold out of the body really well. And of course, there's a lot of misinformation. But I think that, with what we're doing is we're knocking down the burden with these angels. We're matching vibrations. We're using concepts of Raymond Royal Rife back in the 20s, how you match vibrations and frequency, and it destroys these things instantly, instantaneously, within a few seconds. And so we'll see those results, and then we start pulling those poisons, the leftover out of the body with different herbs and homeopathic formulas. Is how we do it.
Hmm. There seems to be a major uptick in cardiac problems here in recent memory. So what would be your best guess of what's causing that?
All the cardiac stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's going on. There's
Okay, you got me on
certain
that.
subjects that, but along that line, I would like to just say something is that we have come up with a way of treating this that's absolutely mind blowing, and I'm hoping to bring that out into the public here sooner than later. It is absolutely novel. No one knows this. This is given to me by some source, and we are having tremendous success with it. So if you are having those problems, get on Crazy Unknown Shift because we are fixing that every single day. Every day. I fixed a woman this morning. So we've come up with a method that I teach you in class. We spend a lot of time on this because this isn't going to stop anytime soon. In case anyone's wondering what's going on, this is going to continue.
Hmm.
So I need to get this out there. I'm planning on getting it out there more in a more public venue, but for now, this is difficult to talk about. I have a life too. I don't need it quashed by those in power.
All right, sounds in the frequency realm. I think we're on the same frequency there.
Yes.
Okay, so hey, we got the crazy shift going on. What's crazy about it?
Well, it's anything. I mean, it's anything. Let's see. What do we have right now? We got a scoliosis case there. We have spinal stenosis in there. We have autoimmune stuff in there. We have chronic fatigue. We have, it's all the stuff that nobody else can figure out. You're 50 years old with high blood pressure, and you've gone to the medical doctors, you've gone to the functional medicine doctors, you've gone to everybody else, and it's still high blood pressure. What the heck is going on? And that's where we come in. We come in because we have the tools, we have the knowledge. We know that it's not the heart to begin with. It's something else. The heart hardly ever has a problem. Cardiologists shouldn't even be in business. Sorry about that, guys. You shouldn't even be in business. It's the most resilient organ in the body. It has its own nervous system, its own circulatory tract. Why all this heart stuff, right? It's spiritual or emotional or some other organ draining energy out of it or forcing it to pump harder.
Hmm.
You could have pathogens in the lungs. You could have a clogged liver that it's got to pull blood through. We know there's direct contacts neurologically to kidneys and gallbladder. So there's all kinds of other reasons for these kinds of issues. And crazy unknown shift. I
Hmm.
don't care. Bring it.
Hmm.
Just bring it. This is how you get a chance for us to change it. It's the best way that I can offer my help to people, the most inexpensive way, and it gives you. I mean, we've had tremendous results in this program.
Hmm.
We limit it to 15 people. We do a half hour. I do group stuff for a half hour, and then I look at you individually, and it's very, very, very powerful. It's amazing. It's the only way I can see more people. There's only one of
Yeah, of
me,
course.
and we're our graduates. We're slowly but surely getting them set up and referring clients out to them, and setting up the means to help more people. But this program is the best way. If I can do that a couple of days a week, that's a lot of people.
Mm. So I had my blood pressure checked and it was up, and I figured, well, just because my age, whatnot. And the doctor said, "Hey, we got some kind of blood pressure medicine we'll get you on." I said, uh, "I'll think about it." And so then I went and played basketball, and then checked my blood pressure again, and it was right. I was thinking, and I wouldn't normally have done that, but I thought, let me just check. I'm thinking, wait, maybe I just need to exercise. Maybe I don't need to get on these statin kind of things that's screwing everybody up. So the first answer you get from a doctor always seems to be some sort of drug, and usually it's a repetitive drug. And you want to trust the doctors, but man, some of the doctors now, I almost have to start to question because of their religiosity and the way they look at things. It seems as if there's another motive, and that, of course, these days, and I barely whiff on that, is it could be their very license is on the line, so they have to be advising you a certain specific way against even their better judgment. But so I'm just we're in a precarious time, Dr. T, and I think
We
alternative is
really
really
are. That's why I'm out here now. I would be happy on my hill, just treating people one on one, doing what I was doing, but my clients wouldn't let me do that. Excuse me. I'm out here because they push me out here, and you are absolutely right. I mean, it's so controlled now. It's a shame. There's so many good doctors out there. There's so many good cops out there. There's
Mhm.
so many good attorneys out there. And so, it's up to us good ones to hold the line and do the right thing, and
Mhm.
make up for the ones that aren't fulfilling their oath.
Okay, let's get a couple more questions, and we'll get to the miracle part of it. Uh, Freely speaking says, are there any natural remedies a that act a healing shortcut for a frozen shoulder?
No, there's really not. You got to heat a frozen shoulder up. So
Okay, heat that
again,
thing up.
there's different parts of healing that have to take place so many times. So much healing is not physical. Most frozen shoulders are not physical, period. And I think anybody who's fixed frozen shoulders right in front of themselves really quickly would agree with that statement, that most of them are not physical. It's usually emotional or spiritual. Something else is driving it.
Hmm.
And again, I mean, I hate to keep pushing my program, but that's the best way for me to take a look at it and see if we can't fix that for
Hmm.
somebody. I've been through frozen shoulder myself. It's so often an emotional aspect. All the burden is here in the shoulders and
Hmm.
the pain in our neck. Our neck and our shoulders are all one operating unit. So there's never one easy answer for, take a pill for a frozen shoulder, an herb. That's probably not going to fix it.
Hmm.
I just don't see that very often.
Okay, Viveka says, is there any way to avoid knee replacement?
Absolutely. We've stopped so many knee replacements, and even when they're replaced, people have so many problems with them. And these are another thing that we teach in the training program is how to fix these. I mean, we just had a 75-year-old on one of these calls, and she was having problems with her opposite knee, and we fixed. I was like, well, we got to fix the knee replacement first. She was like, oh, it doesn't bother me. I can't bend it. I can't move it. If I do, it's painful, but I can walk around with a club on it. I mean,
Hmm.
that's not a knee replacement.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's not movement. So we fix that first, and then we fix the other knee. Yeah, absolutely. Most knee replacements are avoidable. It's usually a pathogen. You mentioned creaks and crunches and crinkles on your body. Is that true, or do you have some
Oh
of
yeah,
that
oh
going
yeah,
on?
oh yeah. Certainly, every once in a while, an unknown
Okay,
something will
so
occur.
so whoever that woman was, just stay tuned. When I work on you, I'm going to work on anybody listening, and we're going to go after and fix that knee, and we're going to fix all your crinkles and pringles. So stay tuned because we're going to. I'm not joking. We're going to fix
Okay,
all that stuff
okay,
before
okay.
we finish. I don't know how much time you have or what we're doing here, but make sure we have about 5 minutes. We'll wipe that stuff out.
We do. Well, yeah, we've got you scheduled for the next 45 minutes, if that's
Okay,
okay.
perfect, perfect.
All right, let's get
Well,
this.
maybe we should do that now.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so let's have you get a sense of what you're feeling. Like, so squeeze your hands, bend your elbows, because you're the one that we're gonna be. I just want, you're just like, yeah, kind of cranky, right?
Yeah, ow, Nick.
Nick,
Yeah,
yeah, neck in
yep.
the neck. And how about the hands? They a little burning or tender?
Got a little jam going in this finger here, like I jammed it on a basketball, but I didn't.
Okay, okay. And just when you squeeze them, make a fist. Is there like a tenderness in the joints?
No,
Not really. Okay,
no.
more in the neck.
Yeah, got a little crick on the neck there. You know how that goes. Oh,
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Well, let's just take a quick look here. And so we had that lady out there with the bad knee. I think she said wanting to stop a
mm-hmm.
knee replacement. So we're going to do a couple things here really quick. And so
Okay.
this is we're just going to see, right? It's not me. I'm just asking angels for help. And so they come in. We're going to take a look at you first, and that vibration goes out to anyone watching that wants this help. And it's always good if you just take a breath in, and as you breathe out, just relax your mind. They like a mind relaxed.
Sure.
And yeah, this is just going to take 1 second here. It won't take too long. We could talk,
Take your
and
time.
I could treat at the same time.
It's all right.
I
There's no
fixed a,
hurry.
I fixed a person having a shingles outbreak one time driving
Whoa.
through Los Angeles about 90 miles an hour. I was late for a concert, and I had the wife on the phone, and he had full-on outbreak of shingles, and so we can do two things at once. The angels don't
Mm-hmm.
care. They kind of like it. It's kind of fun for
So,
them.
so you're trying to contact the angels right now.
Yeah, well, yeah, when I say you said contact angels, I'm using intention to ask them to
Okay.
come in and help.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I already checked. I needed to know, hey, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? It's making this neck cranky for you. What's
Yeah. What's
what's
that?
what's
What's
the
that all
problem with
about?
this lady's knee? And they're very similar. So now I asked them to come in. I asked them to match frequencies. And so for you, we're actually cleaning your whole. We're going all the way down to your feet. So we're doing your ankles, your knees, your hips, your spine. How old are you?
Above 50.
24? 24?
Yeah, 24.
I'm slowly. Okay, so there we go. Let's have you check that neck again. I don't know how it felt, but
Yeah. No, it's a little better.
how much better?
I give it. I give it about 50%.
Okay, so let's have you go like this, and anyone watching, go like this, and then the other one. This one and your other one. And the guy at the frozen shoulder, do it the best you can. Let's just see if we can't have a miracle here right
By the
now.
way, I want people watching this. You got to be doing this at home. If I'm going to do this
Yeah,
on the air,
yeah,
they're
you
going to
got to
do
be
this.
doing it at home. Yeah, they got to do this at home. Yeah, this is a vibration. I'm not joking. This goes right through, right to everybody. I mean, these are angels.
I'm
I'm not
doing
sitting there.
YMCA now, so I don't know. Okay, okay.
Let's have you recheck your neck.
Checking Nick. Checking Nick. When another 5% increase here.
Another 5%. So this time you're just going to look left and look right. Look
Okay,
left and look right.
looking over there. Okay.
Yeah, everybody should be doing this.
Everybody watch the program. You should be doing
Yep,
this.
should do that left, right, and then look up and down.
Okay.
Yep, there you go. Excellent. And I'm going to have you just take a breath in. So breathe in and breathe out. There you go.
There we go.
And we'll have you check it one more time.
All right, checking now. We're going to put Dr. T. We're going to put her about 35%, but we've had improvement.
Fantastic. Not bad for not seeing me.
Not bad at all. Not bad
And
at
so that
all.
will continue. That will continue because you've had that for some time, and there was other
Mhm.
stuff in there that we've corrected that all has to come out of the joints now, and that'll just take a little bit. We'll check back in on that later and see if we don't get more than that. I'd like to have more than that.
Okay. And by the way, those watching the program, we do have a poll question you can take while you're watching the show with Dr. T. Have you had a miracle? And your choices are no, never, yes, one time, have them all the time, don't believe in them every time I wake up. Yes, I've had Miracle on my sandwich, Miracle Whip, or they're just a coincidence. And doctor, right now the poll results showing 66% say they have miracles in their life all the time, and then 33% said yes at one time. All right, let's get to another question. It says, this is from Bear, who gives our Bear report just before you come on, the guest comes on. Have you ever been pressured to be silent and not speak out in alternative medicine?
No, I have not.
Well, I noticed that we avoided the
Well, I
topics.
guess yeah, I guess you could call that pressure. Well, yeah, okay. So I would say yeah, you have to we have to be careful. I have a
Yeah.
license, I have a house, I have a life.
Right,
So
but I
yeah,
guess
I'm not gonna I have to be careful what I
you
talk
do.
about to
Oh, you
some
do.
degree.
I do too. I've already been banned several times, and so I'm definitely
Yeah.
with you on that. But I think the question is more like from a professional standpoint. Have you received emails that we saw a program you did, and this is
Oh, no,
blah blah
no,
blah?
that's on the way after finishing yours.
All right.
They're
That's what we
sending
do
that.
for.
They're writing that email right now.
That's our gift to you. See, we're givers too. That's our gift to you.
And it's worth it. It's worth it. This is worth it.
Oh, okay, so, all right. Somebody put in a trick question to trip me up. I'm just a cosmic cowboy, so that means my linguistic ability is limited to things that have to do with cows and cow pokes. What is your opinion of kinesiologist? Kines.
Kinesiology.
Okay.
I think it's fantastic. I think it's great. It's fantastic for people that need something like that, but we're way beyond that. We don't use that at all. I don't use any of that. And what I teach you in our training program
Mhm.
is way beyond kinesiology. And there's a lots of flaws within kinesiology. I'm not going to get into the flaws. It's just that I studied with the masters, and it's great. It's good stuff. I mean, I like it. I think it's
Mhm.
good stuff. I'm just moved beyond that. Come on, I'm a human engineer. I don't play with Tinker toys anymore.
Hmm. That was the word I was looking for earlier in the game show. All right. A constant companion says, my son's joints are literally dissolving. He's in pain all the time. He has constant headaches from the best we can tell, caffeine poisoning? Question mark. Is there something he can do to reverse the dissolving?
Yeah, get on my crazy unknown shift. We'll fix that for him. Yeah, this is, I mean, a lot of these people are writing and stuff. That's crazy unknown shift material. This is the program to fix this stuff.
Mhm.
It's not caffeine. Caffeine doesn't dissolve joints. That's fantasy. I don't know. Doctors tell us stuff sometimes. They're wishing the best for us. They come up with the biggest lines of BS you've ever heard in your entire life. I mean, I've heard more. I mean, I've heard people, well, you were born without that muscle. It's like, well, I got my hands right on it right now. Are you kidding? No,
Mhm.
no, you have it. It's just not working.
Mhm.
These are the kinds of things that we fix on this, all the time, especially a kid whose joints are dissolving. I mean, what the hell's going on there?
Mhm.
That's a pathogen
Mhm.
or a corrosive toxin. But my guess is it's a pathogen. And the kid, if she was watching just a moment ago, he actually should feel better from what we did here with you.
Mhm.
That vibration should have gone through and
Mhm.
should have helped him. And I sure hope it did. I hope I not to see him on the
Mhm.
program.
Mhm.
But if it's still bothering him, that's the way to fix this stuff.
Mhm. Okay. Well,
It's
I had improvement, and I wouldn't lie about it. I'd be willing to embarrass myself on the program, and I feel a little bit of improvement there, so I'll just go with it.
Yep.
Um, all right, let's get into it. Tallahassee Peacock says, "How do you call these angels?"
How do I call them angels? Well, I don't know what the heck else they are. I mean,
I think it means how do you call them? How do you talk to them? Do you summon
oh,
them?
I'm so
Yeah,
sorry. I'm so
yeah.
sorry. Talk about linguistics. It's intention. It's intention. And so intention is what runs the universe. This is all applied quantum mechanics. This is all part of the training program. It's all on my website, ahumanengineer.com. It's all on there. So I teach you how to use it's intent, but a really high powered intent. And the other thing that I do is I've figured out how to take what I already know and plug it into you. So you have this access. We all have access right now. Everybody listening has access to angels. I'm just taking it to a level that can be used therapeutically, and with an understanding of what goes wrong and how the universe works. These helpers they're God's helpers.
Mhm.
We're like, you know, it kind of stretches the boundaries of definition, right? We are creators. We are mini creators. We're not. I don't like to use the word God, but we're mini gods. We are looking at things with our eyes and collapsing quantum potential into a possibility. We are doing that. And in doing that, once you have the knowledge that I've gained over all these 25 years of clinical experience, you are able to ask them for help, and they do it right now. Right now. You saw me. I'm over here. I'm eating mango. I got a water cocktail. I got my toes up on the chairs. I'm chilling out. I got a beach out front. And I'm not sitting here going, come on, fix this neck. I'm going, come on, angels, let's come on. And that's how it is. That's how easy this is once you have this knowledge. They're here to help us. We've never seen them, so we have a hard time believing them. And when you see it enough in this training program that we do, you see it. Well, you see it the first day, in the first hour, you see it, then you see it again, then everybody else sees it, everybody else does it. By the end of the first 2 hours, 3 hours, everybody has seen it happen, and that creates that belief. And when you have that belief that you can do it, and you're seeing it doing, everybody else is doing it, that starts transferring over to faith. And so, do you have to have faith? Well, it sure helps.
So,
Sure helps.
okay,
I wasn't sitting there thinking, gosh, I wonder if I can help the cosmic cowboy. No, I knew I was gonna be able to help you, because I found in a second that you just have a collection of stuff. You've been carrying stuff around. We could get a whole bunch more of that out of there if we had more time. It's again, it's burden. You've been around 24 years. You've collected a whole bunch of stuff.
right.
These are all glitches in the matrix, and this is just how it is. But we can clear. We're going to do more of this towards the end. Make sure we save a few minutes at the end. We'll do some more just to make sure you get a little more of that. Yeah, there you go. It's glitches in the matrix. It's these little, it's that first phone call. Hey, did you hear that? No, I didn't hear anything. Oh no, no. Money grows on trees. Put that candy bar down. It's all these little things that go on in our life that create these distortions that we have figured out how to clear with angels really quickly.
So the Bible says that angels encamp around about us. Do you think that these are the angels that you're communicating with?
No, I don't. I think those are busy. They got wars. They got famine. They've got, those are the archangels. I'm kind of a slug myself. I'm here in Santa Cruz, and it's the banana slugs up here. And I like to think that my angels are hanging out down by the beach right now. And when I'm ready to work, I'll get them. They'll get up off the beach and come do the work. So I don't use the archangels. That's for other people, and they're busy. I know that I hear people working with them. I don't ever see them doing what we're doing. So I'm using the ones who are just hanging out. They're the day laborers of angelic healing.
Day laborers. Okay, that's funny. All right, if you're just joining the program, we have on our newsmaker line tonight Dr. T, and we're talking about how he is a human engineer and taking care of, or has a different way and method for healing. And you might check out his website. We have a link directly to it in his bio section. This show will be uploaded to YouTube after it's edited later. Southern Boy says, Dr. T, do you practice fasting for healing?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
It says, yeah, do you practice fasting for healing?
Oh yeah, I think it's fantastic. I like intermittent fasting. Yeah, I think it's fantastic for the body. I like having a breakfast and a late lunch and don't eat until breakfast again the next day. I think that's a really powerful means for the body to regenerate. It forces the body. You may go to bed hungry, but it forces the body to do things that it should do. And I think it's very healthy and healing. I like all of that stuff. But for me, it's real simple. I eat a breakfast, I have lunch, and I don't eat until breakfast again the next day.
Okay. St. Matthew 6, I guess that's the name of the person. By the way, joining us in the live chat, Dolly, Chili Girl, and St. Matthew 6. Doc, what about the thyroid issues? What's the cause?
Adrenal glands. It's a virus in the adrenal glands. It moves its way up to the thyroid and tries to get into the central nervous system. So that's the means of that. We fix this stuff all the time. It's any thyroiditis, Hashimoto's, any of these are all inflammatory conditions. You have all the itises out there, right? You can get a pathology book out and you can go through and you can see it's 10 million itises. All of the disease talk about inflammation. What the heck? Why is there inflammation? All the teachers in school hated me. I was always like, yeah, let me find out. Let me get an answer finally, right? And they're like, Dr. Cahill, let me guess. You want to know why? I'm like, yeah, I want to know why. What's all the, there's no answers. The
Hmm.
book is that thick and it's all idiopathic.
Hmm.
All of the inflammatory conditions, autoimmune itises, all of it
Hmm.
are pathogen related.
Hmm.
Pathogens have got it out of control, out of balance. Immune system is very busy. We have a lot of gut problems, stomach problems. When we have holes in the gut that leaks food into our circulatory system, the immune system has to take care
Oh.
of it. Then, what does that do? Creates a mess. My
Hmm.
diagnosis is a mess. You don't
Mm.
want that diagnosis from me.
So, doctor. So when I'm doing yard work, occasionally I'll go have me a Sun King beer. Is that bad?
How dare you? What am I supposed to drink at the end of the day if you drink them all? No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh,
No,
sure, sure, sure.
it's to each his own. In moderation. At the end of the day, a cold beer, I don't know, sounds like medicine to me.
Okay.
Especially on a hot Texan day. You are in
Well,
Texas, I'm assuming, right? Or
no,
what part
no,
are
I'm
you
the,
on?
I'm the, I'm the only cowboy in Indiana.
Oh my God, you're in Indiana. I
Yeah.
knew it. I should have known it.
Well, you should have. Now, of course, now I'm from Indianapolis. We refer to it as India No Place. So, we got that going on. Okay, can you please describe the benefits of these herbs if you know uh, Daminana, colt's foot, muckwort, lobella, lion's tail, and white lily?
Oh God, just Google that stuff. Yeah, of course I know all those. Of course I know all those. But haven't we got a better question than that? I mean,
Whoa. Okay. Okay. Well, the answer is Google it,
just
and
Google
let's.
it, ma'am. Damia's
Okay. Okay.
Monk's
Maybe they wanted maybe they
lion's
wanted to know
mane.
if it was
Everybody
good.
should take lion's mane, and I
Okay.
mean, yeah, I
Okay.
mean, of
Okay.
course I know what those are.
Okay. 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 We'll just say they're good for you. All right,
They're good.
Chili girl. Is there something that can be done to cure COPD?
Well, of course. Next question.
Alrighty. In the past 3 years, I've had serious whiplash, neck injury, a frozen shoulder, 5 broken ribs. All injuries occurred at separate times, and it's all on the right side of my body. What's up with that?
Well, congratulations, first of all. That's a real fine mess that you've created. The right side of the body is usually associated with mother, usually.
Wow.
And I'm sorry, I am a joker. I have to joke. If you got COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, there's some kind of pathogen going on. It has
Ooh,
nothing to do with your lungs or your, you know, or your state. There's something else driving it. So the program is the best thing for that. And this person with this right side, the right side, yeah, that's usually something to deal with mother. Doesn't
wow.
mean it's present lifetime. It could be a past lifetime that brought forth into this one.
Hmm.
There's something to learn there for them. I don't know why they keep breaking, their ribs or having these accidents. There's a lesson there, but if they're still in pain and whiplash and these kinds of things, what do? They create inflammation. Well, what does that do? It creates a space for pathogens and chronic pain. That's why people with surgeries have this chronic pain and these car accidents have this chronic long-term pain. These people should all be in crazy unknown shift. That's the best way for me to help you. You're not going to take a pill and get your way out of this. No, there's a lot
Oh,
of good herbs out there that are antimicrobial, but
okay.
not at this level.
All right.
We're talking crazy stuff you can't see. Millions in a single cell. Cell wall deficient forms. Google that. Everybody should Google that. Take a look at that, and then come get on Crazy Unknown Shift or come and take my training program.
Mhm.
We give you access to the entire field of consciousness,
Okay.
and the ability to look at it and get answers from it. So
Mhm.
what does that do? Well, it gives you answers, tells you what's going on. How did I know what was happening in your neck? Well, then let me get flip a coin and see what it is.
Mhm.
No, I have access to the field of consciousness, and very quickly I can ascertain, okay, there's something in the joints of Lushka with you. It was creating that click,
Mhm.
and we're able to shift that and help you, help myself, help other people, animals. We can do this for any living organism, plants, plants. It's unbelievable.
Explain the quantum mechanics aspect of what you do.
Well, quantum mechanics it defines our existence. It defines consciousness. It's why everybody listening here is on here right now. everybody's like, oh, I follow Dan, I'm going to go see Dan. Well, yeah, that's possible, but for some reason you and I connected through the ethers, and you're like,
Mhm.
hey, this guy looks kind of cool, and my people must have been like, oh, hey, we got the Cosmic Cowboy. I'm like, absolutely, I want to hang out with this cat. And so we are all connected through that
Yeah.
system of consciousness.
Mhm.
And when you have access to it, which I teach, is the first thing you learn is how to set up a simple system of accessing it and looking at it and asking simple questions from it. We have like a menu that you go through to draw information from the field in order to help you or everybody. So like when I have 15 people on, I'm imagining I'm treating one person. Is that possible? Can I imagine? Well, of course I can. That's part of the beauty of being human. I can imagine working on one person, but all of those people are feeding into this field, and it's actually called a morphic field, and I'm able to ascertain what's the biggest priority for everybody right now. And usually when it's 15 people, it's usually emotion. Usually our emotions get the best of us from our life experience. And so we use this, I mean, I call it applied quantum mechanics because it's how the universe works. When we look at something, we're changing the outcome of it. That's why all this baloney, for everything from medicines to, well, I'll just say medicines, especially medicines, right? They're being paid by somebody, the doctors who are looking at them.
Mhm. Right.
They're being paid. They're being paid. Do you think that changes the outcome of the experiment? Of course it does.
Hmm.
Absolutely, that intention. Do they want it to fail? I can't imagine. Of course, they don't want it to fail. So it's very hard to have non-biased research. Very difficult. Even people who want it to fail, looking at it, wanting it to fail, will make it fail because that's how the universe works.
How much? How much? How much does intention affect an outcome? What percentage, roughly?
Immeasurable. The placebo effect. They still haven't even really studied the placebo effect that much. I mean, we know at it's minimum 40% because they've done simple sugar pill, tests with people. So if you just take the placebo effect and then put intention on top of that, shoot, I have no idea what the percentage is. But in my work, you can't do this work without exercising the part of your brain that uses intent. And we do these intent exercises in our training program. We teach you how to power that up, zip it up. There's certain things you can do in the body physically to have more access to that part of your mind. And so these are all little hints the angels have brought in. I never ever imagined I'd be teaching this stuff. I mean, I never imagined I'd be doing any of this stuff. But when I decided that I was going to do it, I started getting hints. I started getting little insights, little blips, especially when I'd be on the beach at nighttime, just really quiet minds, looking at the stars, just really meditate, just quieting my mind down. Boom, these little blips would come in. How to have more access, and usually these little blips come in when I can't help somebody, and I'll be questioning it. I'm curious. I want to know. I'm the biggest skeptic there is, so it's hard to find a bigger skeptic than myself. Or it's also harder to find somebody more curious because when it doesn't work, when it works for Jill, but it won't work for Jane, I'm thinking about Jane. Why did it work for Jill, but it didn't work for, and I'll experiment and try to figure it out. And they'll give me little hints because I'm open and curious and I want to figure out what the heck is going on with Jane. It didn't work. It worked for Jill, but not for her.
Okay.
So
Our moderator, Jade, is a cat person, and we pulled this off your website there. Bananas, the cat, had a severe eye infection. After one treatment, the redness disappeared, and she was able to see before and after. It looks pretty dramatic there, doctor. How did you help this patient here?
I think that was a 30-second blast. That was at the end of a treatment with her. She's, oh, by the way, my cat, I'm going to take it to the vet. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Don't you realize that this is what we do? And so we fixed Banana in about a minute, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot all about Banana. I don't even know what's on my darn website. We have so many animal stories. I don't even know what's out there. Cosmic Cowboy.
Yeah.
I really don't. I just do the work. They tell me what to do. I have a beautiful team behind me. They
Mm-hmm.
keep me on schedule. They keep people moving through. They push me. They keep me on point. And yeah, Banana. Look at this. We have. I don't know if I think we have others. We have so many cat stories. Oh my gosh, cat stories, horse stories, owl stories, pig stories, turtle
Ow,
stories,
ow.
bird stories. I mean, it's unbelievable. The animal healing is absolutely. We'll sometimes we'll be out having a lunch or something, and somebody's service dog will come crawling over, crawling over on all fours. Hey,
Hmm.
can I get some help?
Hmm. Hmm.
And, no,
So do
and
you?
I don't, I'm not an animal communicator, but I can feel it. I can feel. And usually I'll have to talk to the owner and say, hey, would you mind if I fix Fluffy for you? Oh, not at all. What do you do? I'm still I work with angels, and Fluffy's asking me for a little help, and so I'll
Mhm.
do the treatment, and we'll get an email a couple of days later. Oh my God, Fluffy's behaving like a little tiny puppy again. So
Mm.
it's really a real joy, and this is part of this training. I
Mm.
mean, it's a big deal having these. It's a big deal having this access to consciousness at your fingertips and a band of angels. I mean, it's life changing.
Mhm. Do you feel that this is it was a calling, or do you feel like random events brought you where you are, that you're on the path? How does all that came to be in your life?
It's just a train wreck, just a complete train wreck. That's all. I don't know. No, it's been a complete accident. A calling? Absolutely not. I was a daydreamer. I was a farmer. And I was told I would be nothing. I was told I was dumb. I thought my name was Dummy until I got into high school, and they said, "Your name isn't Dummy, it's Tony." And I said, "What? Tony? No one's ever called me Tony." Um,
Hmm.
that's a joke.
Well, you know what? I was going to not ask you what the T stand for out of courtesy, but now I know. Okay, let's get to another question here. Kat Sorelli says, Doc, just order some turmeric for inflammation. Is it going to work?
Well, sure, it's going to work, and especially if you think it's going to work. But absolutely, it's going to work. Turmeric's fantastic. Get it organic, get it cold, ground.
Mhm.
Try to get it whole. I like whole. The extracts I don't find are as beneficial as the whole herb. And yeah, absolutely, it's great for inflammation.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
here we go. She said the magic word, inflammation. Why does she have inflammation? You better get on Crazy Unknown Shift, whoever you are. This is the thing. We take the turmeric and we'll knock the inflammation down, but it doesn't fix the cause.
Mm.
And so the cause is deeper in there. And these are where there are some herbs out there that can help with that. There are some homeopathic formulas out there that can help with that. But you're going to spend so much time seeking those
Mhm.
that how we work it, we already have it set up with the program. We do the treatment. We already have
Mhm.
you set up with something for your stomach and something for your liver that also kills bugs as part of the program. So you're already going to get two herbs that
Mhm.
no one knows about, that you can only get them through somebody like me, and they're the best. I only deal with the best. I don't have time to tinker toy at Trader Joe's or Whole Foods for something that's it's just not going to be as powerful as what a doctor has access to.
Um, so you're the shift the crazy shift guru. Let's give you that title. That being the case, we would assume that you're much more advanced in your knowledge and your awareness of things in that area, particular area. So, do you feel like your life expectancy is going to be longer than the actuaries tell you it's going to be?
Well, I already know it's going to be my. Of
How old are
course
you
it
going,
is.
how old are you going to live to?
Oh, I don't plan on living too much past 110, 120.
Oh, okay. Keep it
Um,
modest, modest of you.
it really is part of the mind. It's part of the partially. It's mostly your mind. How old are you? And my mom turns 90. She's reads a book a day, plays organ every day, goes
Hmm.
rides her bike every day. I'm 57. I feel 17. I think you were 22 when we started.
Yeah, I've aged quite a
I
bit.
feel better now than I did at 17. And
so,
and
well, on my behalf, I have to say, I mentioned I played basketball. Well, everybody I'm playing basketball is 20 and under, and then there's a 50-year gap there between me and them. I said, where's anybody else in between there? And but I got to tell you, I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I need to have a health show because they're all passed out on the sidelines. They can't play no more. I said, well, you need some Red Bull or what? I'm still here, and if I can do it, why can't you do it? So I got to be doing something right now, Doc.
that's your mind. That your mind is you're the cosmic cowboy. I mean, you've taken on that persona, and when you do that, your mind rewards your spirit. You reward your spirit, and your spirit takes care of your body.
Oh.
That's so. How do we reward our spirit? Well, we do it with our mind.
Mhm.
You think you're 57. Oh, that's too bad. No, I think I'm 17.
Mm. So,
And yeah, and I'm the same exact way. I'm a disc golfer. I play disc golf, and so I play with 22, 25 young kids,
mhm.
and And yeah, I'm good. I can play all day long, and usually it's one round and they're done. I don't really want to play tomorrow.
Mhm.
Well, I'm going to play every day this week. So it really is so much mind, and when you have the mind in a nice place, it feeds the spirit, and the spirit then expresses itself in the health of the physical body.
Um, the Bible says that the tongue sets on fire the course of nature, which means that you have the ability to speak things into existence. In fact, Jesus said, if you say unto this mountain, be thou plucked up and cast into the sea, it should obey you. He's talking about speaking things into existence. We mentioned somebody, you about they're going to take turmeric, and you said, sure, it's going to work, especially if you believe it's going to work. Is it possible that somebody would say have I don't know, a glass of salt water and just believe that it was the cure for their inflammation of their neck or their arm? Can that kind of intent work?
Absolutely, and you are talking about intent. You're talking about intention. Everything you described, those words out of the Bible that Jesus said, talking to the mountain, that's all intention.
Mhm.
So we just teach you how to really laser beam it. And when you pour a glass of water and you put salt in there and you're like, okay, it's going to fix my inflammation, that's harder to do. It's easier if I hand it to you and say, this is going to fix everything.
Mhm.
I'm not going to say this might help you. I'm
Mhm.
going to say this,
Hmm.
it's gone. Just drink this, right? So it is harder to heal ourselves.
Mhm.
I've had a number of a few miracles on myself that I've treated myself, but I won't. I'll be the first to admit it's harder to fix yourself, and it's easier for someone else to do that for you. And I've had a few miracles on myself from my graduates from my training
Mhm.
program, and it's easier because they're outside of you doing the act of observation and using quantum mechanics and intention to help
Mhm.
you.
Mhm.
So you have to. So when you are trying to help yourself, that's kind of a lot of stuff to try and do and wrap your mind around, especially if
Mhm.
you don't have any experience at all in this realm of healing.
There is something when it comes to the human connection. There is something there. There's something supernatural, and you use the word spiritual as well. And that reminded me of when I was taking this one yoga class, and at the end of the yoga class, this woman would get some fragrant oil and dabble it maybe, but then she would like go around and touch everybody, and an unbelievable release of something would occur. And I'm thinking, well, how is that? I can touch that same thing, nothing happens, and it was phenomenal. They were, how,
That's intent. She's
what is that?
whoever she was, lovely, lovely human. She's hoping to help you, and that hope goes right through with that essential oil and that vibration of the smell of the frequency of the oil. That goes right through, and there's nothing. And you're helping people. You're bringing forth knowledge that's helping people. Doesn't that feel good?
Well, that's my intent.
There's something that goes on when we help somebody else. It just
Mhm.
feels good, and there's nothing like it.
Mhm.
And it doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter if you're a janitor. You're still making people feel good because they get a clean toilet and a clean
Mhm.
waste bag, a clean sink.
Mhm.
So helping people is an amazing thing. You when you turn someone's life around, especially with what we're doing, in this training program. I mean, having my graduates get back to me, send me emails, and telling me these stories of healing, it is words can't describe how I feel because I can't reach all those people. I can't. It's impossible. I have over 1,000 active clients. That's why we came up with these programs. But having to now pass this knowledge on and have these people have these results is beyond heartwarming. I really don't have words for it. It's so humbling. It just is. It's amazing. It's just such an amazing feeling to be able to do that. I can't wait for our next class
Mhm.
and continue this journey and this process that we're doing.
Mhm. Interesting that where you're speaking, another scripture came to my mind. I think it's the fifth commandment. It says, "Honor thy mother and thy father, so thy days may be longer on the earth." And I'm wondering if the intent of that, the larger message is honor the people around you, honor the guy at the door, the waiter that's working you, or maybe somebody's coming to sweep around that. Honor them like you would honor the president, and
I completely agree. I agree with that, and I I'm guilty of not doing that enough. I just got back from Nicaragua. I have a course down in Nicaragua I go down to in the wintertime. And one of the cultural things that they do down there, they'll walk into a room. Doesn't matter if it's a restaurant, if it's a doctor's office, if it's an auto clinic, or a grocery store. They walk in and they say "Buenos dias," good day, good morning, good morning, or "Buenas tardes," and they're not. No one's even looking at them. They just walk in and say that. And that's just such a beautiful thing, just a greeting. So, we run in, we talk, we see people, meet their eyes. We should, hey, good morning, good afternoon. Hope you have a great day. Wish them well. That's the vibration of joy. And people always ask me, what's the biggest thing I can do to, help people or help the world, help the planet? Spread joy, bring joy, put a smile on somebody's face. Be kind to somebody, and the people who see that feel better. You stop to help somebody on the side of the road. People driving by go, oh, that's good. They got help. They're okay. It's just we're all connected, and we've kind of lost these concepts. Obviously, certainly in the United States, just because we're from everywhere, and we didn't bring our traditions. It's hard to hold on to them in the melting pot, and there's nothing wrong with it. There's so many beautiful things about this country, and that we can have these conversations and try to move towards that. But we've lost touch with a lot of those simple gestures that can really bring that vibration of joy into someone's day.
Actually, it's been kind of a sub theme for this show for years, of looking to be looking for the not so easy, the sort of the side path to your life track. You're going from point A to B, but be sure that you're looking around and to see things. And I'm not saying this to toot my own horn, but as an example of how I look at things and how I try to live my life. And I'm like you just said, not always the best at it. I'm not either, but I'm trying, I'm working at it, and I'm insisting to myself, I've got to be more like that. So I go into a gas station, and I thought, well, there's a person behind the desk, and it's a job that, probably a lot of people don't respect, so I wasn't going to be that person. I was going to respect that job and that person. Say, how many more hours you got before you can get out of here? And she said, 2, but then I got to go to my next job. I said, oh, okay. I said, you're going to make a better life for yourself. And she goes, well, I don't know all about that. And I told her, I said, well, I believe in you, and I don't even know you. So I try intentionally, and I don't do it all the time, and I'm not saying I'm somebody because of it, but this is the kind of people that we need to be, to make sure that we don't ignore those around us. Try to drop something in somebody's life, a seed, and then just walk away. Don't look for results. Don't expect results. Well, I guess maybe from your point, you might say, yeah, you could expect results, but because you don't want self-aggrandizement going on there. You don't want self-righteousness going on there. You're going to steal your own blessing. Just drop a seed, make it good, walk away, and that ripple effect, you just got to go out into that ocean of people somewhere down the line. So I like what you've been saying so far. Let's get a couple more questions for you, Doc. Can music cause some kind of healing?
Next question. You better believe it.
This is like a speed rap, man. Okay, come on, man. All right, okay, hey, hang on. Okay, this is a challenge here. All right, people watching the program, send something over here that's really he's going to say, wow, nobody's ever asked me that before. So hit him with the question, send it in the live chat. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, chat's on the right. If you're watching on the website, chat's on the left. They're both connected. And Jade will put the questions over here to me and I can read them. Okay. People want a discount. What's that all about? All right. Have you had any summon angels themselves, or have you summoned any angels yourself and had results?
Well, of course, that's what I do every day. That's what I do every day. That's
Okay.
all I do. I don't do any. I'm a remote, 100% remote. I don't see people live, and so every single thing I do is with angels. I use quantum mechanics to figure out what's wrong, and then I use angels to fix it. Doesn't matter if it's physical, emotional, or spiritual. And this is what I teach you in the training. This training program is teach you how to do that. Somebody was asking about a discount. The discount is crazy unknown shift. That is how you get a discount. That's how you get 4 sessions with me. And the people who want discounts, take responsibility for your own health. And think about what's most important to you. What are you spending your money on? People want a discount. That's the American way. Well, you're not going to find one and find it in this realm And I don't know why you look.
Mhm.
I think of all the money I spent on my education, spent on my own health over the years, trying to get help when I was
Mhm.
not doing well.
Mhm.
What's the most important thing in your life? Is it that car or you're washing, or I don't know what the hell you're doing with your money. I really don't care, but it's health you're talking about,
Yeah.
and health is the expression of life. How do you do what you just talked about doing, spreading that vibration of joy if you're sick? So we've set it up, this training program. I'm sorry, this the Crazy Unknown Shift. That's a huge discount. You want to see me one on one? You better roll in with a bank, because it's extremely
Mm.
it's ridiculous what I
You
charge.
reminded me by how you frame that. I remember years ago in an episode of the King and Queens was the name of the comedy show, King and Queens, and the husband guy was going to get latex surgery, and they said, "Well, you buy one eye, get one eye free," and it's like. Is that what you want? You want the discount guy on your eyeballs? We'll get one eye half price or whatever. I mean, see, what's going to happen with that? So it's kind of funny. I don't know. Again, I don't think health is one area that you want to discount
You
on
don't
because
want to cut you don't want to cut corners when it comes to your expression of life. You only have one life. You only have a short we only have a short time here. I mean, it's going to be long for some of us,
mhm.
but it's time to start living. And I
Oh,
don't know that
and
prioritize.
and we need to start living right now
Not,
because we don't know how many days we have here. During the recent pandemic, did you have an alternate remedy to what was firmly suggested?
of course, angels.
Yeah, we kind of went over
None
that.
of that stuff is all that's all fluff, and that's all that's has nothing. This is just a whole different realm, folks. I mean,
Mhm.
what we're doing is completely different. This is completely different. This is my reality,
Mhm.
and this reality deals with angels and with intention. This is knowledge of how the universe works, and how we can use vibration and frequency
Mhm.
to wipe things out that you just can't imagine possible. We do it on a daily basis. So this is a whole different reality,
So,
and
so,
it's a leap. I get it.
so, would you say that you have firmly documented cases where people have avoided the knife?
Oh, certainly. Avoided a knife, absolutely. I
And
thought you were going to
the
say
reason I want to
something
mention
different.
that, the reason I
But
want to
we
mention
have to
that,
avoid certain topics, but have avoided surgery?
yeah,
Absolutely, all
yeah,
the time, all the
because
time,
that's the last
many
somebody.
times.
You know what? It's cheaper to eat right than it is to pay for surgery. But I remember, I believe it or not, I was talking to a doctor one day, and he seemed fidgety and stuff. I said, "What's the problem?" He says, I couldn't, Doctor T. I can't believe he told me. He said, "I think I left a tool in a patient." I said, "You're telling me that?" I'll never go to the doctor again. Wow. I said, I think I left something in there. So you don't want that. I mean, if there's a way to avoid that, I recommend going another way.
Yeah, yeah. Surgery is the last thing. Hey, God bless them. And you break a bone and a compound fracture, you have something that's an emergency. You need surgery. You gotta go. You gotta have it. I get it, but I would prefer not to.
Mm-hmm.
And I like avoiding them. I like stopping them. And once it's done, it's difficult to go back and fix it. And one of the things that we've seen a lot of are failed back surgeries. And people are like, oh, we'll just go in and have a little disectomy, have a little, fuse this, fuse that, little laser blast here. They don't tell you how often it works. It works about as much as placebo.
Mm. Would
So what
you?
does that mean?
Well, I'm sure you don't want to give medical advice, but if somebody has cancer, would you say the last thing they should do is take chemo?
No, I can't. I wouldn't say that. I can. Some people have to go down that road. Unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not going to go down that road. Some people have to go down that road because there is healing in it, for them for some reason. I have people who've been with me for many years, and they, come down with that. And they go down that road. I can't. I'm not going to tell them to not. They've already made up their mind. They have the best chemo in the land. So
Mm-hmm.
to each his own. I don't think I would. I don't think I would tell somebody not to do it. Certainly, I'm not going to do it. My brothers and sisters aren't going to. Anybody I love and care about, I'm going to tell them I wouldn't do it. Let's try anything but that. But we're going to be seeing a lot more of that with what's out there now. We're going to see a lot of that. We already are. We already are seeing skyrocketing, unbelievable statistics coming out in the disease world from what's going on in the
Yeah,
world today.
old time diseases are making a reemergence, and they're more devastating than they were
More
before.
virulent, more popular, wider age range, crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. If you got crazy,
Mhm.
crazy stuff, get on my program because I don't know where else you're going to get help. And,
Mhm.
and I mean that. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. And when I say that, it's like people are like, well, what do you mean crazy stuff? Well, have you heard of there's all this crazy cardiac stuff going on? Have you heard of all the crazy bleeding going on, hair falling out? Heard of the blurry vision, the vertigo, the dizziness,
Mhm.
the mind, the crazy thoughts coming out of people now, all the ringing in the ears, teeth pain, back pain, neck pain, weird pains out of the middle of nowhere in the
Mhm.
last year. I don't know where those people are going to get help other than through someone like myself. I just don't know anybody else who has a program that actually addresses the actual cause.
Mhm.
All the functional doctors are throwing vitamins and minerals at people. I haven't seen any of that do anything yet. I've
Mhm.
seen it do nothing.
Mhm.
I just don't think it's powerful enough. This might be why I'm here teaching this stuff right now. I
Mhm.
don't know, but I know it
Now,
works, and we're
have
probably
you
going to come out more public with this. Probably.
would you like it if you could create in some way other Dr. T's to go out and do what you're doing?
That's what I'm doing. That's the training program. That's what's on ahumanengineer.com.
Mhm.
It's called TNT. It's Total Knowledge Techniques. 3 days. I plug in everything I'm doing, and you become Dr. T. Well, close.
There's only one Dr. T, of course. I mean, obviously
There's only one. Come on.
that's a given on that one there. While
But it's
while
amazing it's in 3 days. I wish I had had a seminar like this. I wish that I had saved all that money, all that time, all that energy. I wish someone had had something like this. I've walked out of more seminars that cost twice as much as mine than I can remember.
Mhm.
But I guarantee anybody listening to this who has an interest in healing, you come and take my class. I guarantee it will not only change your life, I guarantee the whole thing. You don't like it by noon the first day, I give you your money back. What training program stands behind it like that to that level?
Mhm.
I don't know of anyone.
Mhm.
By noon the first day, you're blown away. Your whole reality, your whole world has changed. You have full access to the field of consciousness. And I don't know where else you get that
Mhm.
in a few hours. You can meditate for 30 years and still not have it. So it's pretty amazing what we're doing.
While communicating with angels or getting information from angels, have you ever received information about a client where you know that the angel is saying that person is gaming you, or that person is we know about this person and what they're doing in their life, and we're not authorizing anything to go their way?
No, yeah, no, I hear what I know where you're going, and I don't really, some people, it's kind of like, well, why do some people not get better? Why doesn't it work for some people? And I don't know what the answer is. I don't think I don't think they're bad people. I mean, no one's gonna find me who's a bad. I mean, rarely do we have a bad person. I mean, I can't, I don't, it just doesn't happen. Consciousness brings those that we can help, brings those people who are seeking this kind of knowledge, seeking this kind of help. So we don't get a lot of that. And if it doesn't work, I'm not somebody who says, well, we need 6 more months of 4 times to 5 times a week and blah blah blah. I tend to try and encourage them to try and find help elsewhere. And I don't have any place to send people anymore. So I'm hoping that it works, and it does work for 99% of people who find me. I'm really not, have never been out there until recently doing these podcasts. Oh, and this is my 40th podcast, by the way. So it must have been cosmic connection there with you in some way.
There you go. That's what synchronicity, what I'd call it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, where are you at right now?
Right now, I'm in Santa Cruz, California.
Okay, you do like a seminar over there?
Yeah, we're doing some filming here, and I love this part of the country. I love coming here. I get up in the trees, get up into nature. So we're doing some filming and some different things here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, there are people who've been severely damaged by somebody mentioned that in their question about the recommended remedy for a certain thing. Is that reversible, those effects? Because some people say that people's DNA is being altered. And so I don't know if you subscribe to that belief or not, but if it has been, can you reverse DNA damage or alteration?
Yes, yes, we can. Yes, and it is. It's out there. It's well known actually. It's science. It's this is science. Science says that
Mhm.
these things that are being used today do have an effect on the DNA. And I mean, it's silly to think it's not affecting the DNA when the messenger RNA is producing something that's
Mhm.
been put into the body on purpose. So for anyone to even say it doesn't affect DNA, that is a complete falsehood. That is absolute misinformation.
Mhm.
And I know it's out there. Oh, it doesn't has nothing to do with DNA. Bullshit, baloney. I mean, come on. If a messenger RNA is producing a protein,
Mhm.
that's a DNA effect. And yes,
Mhm.
we can alter that.
Mhm. You've kind of mentioned it, but anybody looking around might want to start asking the question, why are kids having heart attacks? I've never even heard of such a thing. It's never been in a conversation ever.
We can go down this road quite really far. I don't want to go too far, but look at the soccer players. Look at the half marathon. Jesus, you and I could probably go out and run a half marathon.
Mhm.
They just had a half marathon in New York. What, one drop dead, 15 in the hospital, four emergency room. I mean,
I didn't know all that was going on.
yeah, and you know, and start looking at some of these people who are dropping. I mean, it's pretty. They got to start connecting the dots. So they probably won't. And so I don't want to go too far down that road.
Right,
But we
I
have come
understand.
up with something novel. We've come up with something new. We've
Mhm.
come up with something with angels that can make big change in the human structure.
And that's that crazy shift.
That's the crazy shift, and it's my program. It's the training program.
Mhm.
This is huge. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. I mean, I'm terrible salesman. I can't stand selling anything. But we're giving you knowledge that could save somebody very close to you, including yourself. I got a call yesterday. A child comes home from school, and the child's got aches and pains all over the whole body. No temperature, just weird aches and pains. What the heck's that from? Well, we could get back into our previous conversation about what is really going on now.
Mhm.
And luckily, the mother took my program a month or so ago, and I just reminded her, "Hey, did you look at the very thing that's going on right now?" And she just forgot about it. And so once she did it, she sent me an email back. She did the treatment, the
Mhm.
session.
Mhm.
She emailed me back that it was 100% gone in a very short period of time. And this is what we're facing now. The whole kit and caboodle has been changed. They've changed everything now.
Some people claim that anxiety and fear add to whatever symptom you have. In your course, do you address that where people have that anxiety?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And we address a lot more than just anxiety. But anxiety, many, many, many times, anxiety is driven by an organic cause. What does that mean? It means something in the body is driving it. And that's over and above emotional affect. So you may have gotten robbed, and that creates anxiety in the body. But when that robbery is over and gone and done, and we suffer from that for years and years and years and years, what's going on there? Why does it continue? So these are things that we address in the class. We've seen lifelong depression disappear.
Mhm.
Lifelong depression. You know how many trips to a therapist it takes to get rid of lifelong depression?
And a lot of drugs.
Lifelong. It never goes
Mhm.
away. It
Mhm.
doesn't ever go away. And so we're finding, I have discovered a lot of causes for these things. Self-deprecating thoughts, suicidal thoughts, anxiety, certainly depression. A lot of these things are driven, kids, bad behavior in kids. We've seen a lot of this stuff is driven by organic cause in the body, and
Mhm.
usually in the gastrointestinal tract. It's usually pathogenic in nature and or toxic in nature.
Mhm.
And we have the knowledge now to track this stuff down and wipe it out and just watch people change right in front of our eyes. I mean,
Well,
it's absolutely amazing.
health in America has completely gone off the rails. That's for sure. We discussed several things, and the graphs. And I think one of the first questions I asked in the first hour was, we have all this technology and all this medicine and digital information, but all the categories are just going crazy, and things are coming out of the woodwork that were gone 50 years ago. So our path that we are on doesn't seem like it's leading us to anything that's good. It seems like it's leading us to something that's pretty bad. So I'm thinking, and that's why we wanted to have you on the program, Dr. Key, because there's got to be some other the way we've been taught and the way we view things has to change because what's going on now is not the right road. Clearly.
Clearly. Look at just the miscarriages and the some of the fertility rates and having a baby in this country is like I think we're like at 28 or something. I mean, it's safer in Suriname than it is in America to have a child. I mean, it's absolutely crazy.
I read that we don't have replacement population uh, reproduction.
Yeah, no, it's
So
there's so many unbelievable things that are happening to us, and yet we have our phones and we have everything. We're all happy,
mm,
supposedly. It's difficult to walk the line and have stay hopeful and stay in this state of like, okay,
mm,
we can still change this. We
mm,
can change this thing, and
mm,
and so that's what we're trying to do that with the training program. I'm trying to do that with Crazy Unknown Shift, trying to help you get people shifted and healing.
mm,
They start spreading that knowledge. They start creating more. It's a ripple effect. But I
mm,
think we're good. I think I'm a believer. I think we can turn this thing around. I think we can help the planet. I think that we can do a lot of things that seem kind of dire right now.
mm,
My website is ahumanengineer.com. A is in Adam, human engineer. I know you're going to have it on there, but it's
mm,
ahumanengineer.com, and it has we have you sign up for free calls, and I do free calls or similar to the Crazy Unknown Shift program. So if you're like, well, I don't want to, I can't do it, I can't afford anything. Well, track down when I'm on those calls. At least you'll get the group healing, and maybe I'll pick you to do a one-on-one. But one of the things you get is you get a relax to heal, you get a recording, you get a heart resonance technique, and you get a lymph video. So you get these three things. These three simple things alone will probably help half of your listeners with whatever health issue they have. It will de-stress them, it will get their lymph moving, and it will open up their heart to compassion for themselves. And there's healing, huge healing in it's a 2-minute exercise, people. Come on, you got 2 minutes? The people who want a discount, go on there and get my free stuff and call me in a month if you don't feel better, because you're gonna feel better. All the blood passes through the body in a minute. When you fill it with compassion in the center of your heart with this recording, it's a simple recording, it's 2 minutes,
mm.
appreciation for yourself and compassion. It changes you. It changes you. Do it every day for a month, and then you still want a discount. Well, I don't know. Go somewhere else. I tried my best. I gave it to you for free.
Buy one eye, get one eye, half price. All right. Well, Dr. T, we're at the end of the broadcast. Any final things you'd like to conclude with? You go right ahead.
Well, humanengineer.com is the way to go. Get on there
Oh,
and
of
take
course,
take a
yeah.
look what's on there. I mean, go through see the testimonials. If you're interested in becoming a healer, getting in the healing field, please come and take my program. I think it will change your life. I know it will. I know it will. And I think the biggest thing is that joy comment I had earlier. If we could all just raise the vibration of joy here, put a smile on somebody's face, do something kind for someone, it not only helps them, it helps you, and it helps everyone watching. It helps all of us. That vibration goes out into the universe and it bathes us. And so, please join the field of fun and joy and spread it around. It's free.
All right. Well, what a great ending to this conversation. Dr. T, I appreciate you coming on the broadcast, and be sure to express my thanks to your assistants and the people that helped organize it to get you onto the program. As I said, recognize people. They're in the background doing this for us. They got us together, and tell them I appreciate them so much for that. And I appreciate you and your time for coming on the show and sharing with us tonight.
Absolutely. So good to meet you and be here. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right. Okay.